pleasant good morning to all of you, and welcome to Omaha, Nebraska. It's time for the Stinger High School National Baseball Championship. We come your way from iconic Charles Schwab Field, which just a few days ago hosted the College World Series. Come on into the ballpark, everyone. He's Ronnie Rance, a two-time College World Series champion for LSU. I'm Lynn Rollins. Nebraska and Kansas open play today, Ronnie. Here, outfield is medium depth and straight away. Very little wind right now. This fly ball is lifted out to right field, pretty well tagged. Spinning around and locating it is Max Flowers, and he makes the grab.
Well, as you've seen on TV in the College World Series, 12 different states. Mike Hill is the head coach of Kansas, a veteran coach over 20 years, coaching high school baseball in the state of Kansas, has won a couple of state championships at the highest level. And there you see a really good 2-2 pitch. Fastball just off the outside.
The breaking pitches have Novacek behind 1 and 2. 2 outs, nobody on base. Swing and a miss. Novacek goes down on strikes. So a couple of strikeouts in the inning for Nate Schlote. The 2-2 pitch, fisted toward left field. That's down for a base hit in front of Isaac Pomeron. And Cole Pladson was able to fight one off and drop it into left field to become the tournament's first base runner. We are scoreless in the bottom of the first inning. The wind is blowing in now from center field. Runner is off and had a great jump. There's no chance for Gunther to make a play behind the plate.
Yeah, he got a walking lead.
And ball 4. Some early problems for Jace Ziola.
Rubber band around the head of it to make sure it doesn't fall off.
Well, it's stylish, if nothing else. Peterson goes down on strikes. And so the base runners remain at second and first with 1. 2 on, 1 out. Top of the first, bottom of the first inning here in Omaha. And some high heat. Pomeroy got jammed up. Couldn't get. The runners at second and first have not moved after a couple of strikeouts. A high fly ball to left field. Pomeron is looking for it. He's got it. And a good job by Ziola of retiring 3 in a row after the first 2 batters got aboard. We go. The 3-2 pitch hit sharply to the first baseman, knocked down. Schlote will have to cover, and he does. It goes club to Schlote. 3-1 on the putout as O'Gorman hit it.
Well, the thing I'm impressed with about Schlote is he's able to get the breaking ball over. There's another breaking ball for a strike.
Boyle makes the play from shortstop in front of second base. Weston Boyle.
Yeah, broiling like triple-digit temperatures.
And there's the first base runner for Nebraska. A walk to Yanez with 2 outs, and this brings on Drew Grego.
Chances are you're not going to be available on Sunday.
The pickoff throw to first base is wide of the bag, and the runner advances. So Yanez able to move up on the throwing error. The 1-2 pitch hit slowly back to the mound. It's bobbled, and there will be no play. Schlote appeared to be able to make that play routinely, and then all of a sudden the ball so far in the inning. Runner on first is on the move. Throw down, bounces through. The runner comes in and scores from third base.
So 2 throwing errors by the Kansas catcher Pomeroy lead to a gifted run.
I'm a little surprised they elected to go down to second base with the throw, especially because there was such a big jump. And it bounced by the shortstop,
which was across town, which is where I played a million years ago.
Swing and a miss. Birchfield goes down on strikes to end the inning, but Boyle sends a routine ground ball to the shortstop, and Drew Grego gets it over to first base for the out. In this high school national championship, brought to you by Stinger, will play at least 3 games. They could play 5.
You know, Jim Tomei is here this weekend, the great 22-year Major League player. He spoke last night at the kickoff banquet for this event. You know, sometimes it's hard to hear from parents.
Flowers pops this one up behind second base, and it's handled for the out. So a runner left aboard. We go to the third. Gunther is a rising senior. And he's called out on strikes.
What a treat this is. You know, a lot of times when you're that age, you take for granted some things. This is going to be a memory of a lifetime for most all these players are not going to play in the College World Series. Even the ones that play in the major leagues in the World Series. They had record crowds. They played some really good baseball. Had a couple of big leaguers on that squad, and that was amazing.
Well, a really nice pitch curls in over the inside. He's the leadoff batter. He had a base hit to get Kansas started in the first, and he drives this one deep to center field. But Danny Wallace has room after retreating in a hurry, and Pladsen gave it a ride out to deep center. But Wallace Ziola, the big right-hander, lets it fly and misses high. So Neal twice has walked. Let's see if they put him in motion, Ronnie, with 2 outs. It wouldn't surprise me.
Right. You know, see if you can work the count in your favor. There goes one. So you didn't have to steal.
That wild pitch puts Neal into scoring position.
Ziola right now struggling to don't get the call.
That's chopped right back past the mound. Gloved by the second baseman. Flips it over to first. Birchfield to O'Gorman for the out. And now Pomeroy with a teammate at third. And that pitch gets by the catcher. It's going to roll back far enough to allow Neal to score.
Well, now it's like we're starting over because both teams have gifted each other runs. Both teams with either throwing errors or, in this case, looks like a pass ball. Let's see. Yeah, that's definitely a pass ball, just a fastball down and away that just was not handled by Gunther. So, therefore, both teams.
Catchers these days, they're not short, squatty, and immobile anymore. Play on the backhand side by Grego, and pulls his first baseman off the bag.
Let's see how they rule that. I think they might give him a hit on it because I felt like he got down the line
pretty good lead at first. The runner is off. The peg is on the third base side, and a stolen base by the catcher Pomeroy. We were just speaking about his ability in sports and activities other than behind the plate. We saw a little speed.
State High School. That's the same high school that the head coach, Mike Hill, is the head of.
Another play for Birchfield, and he makes it. And the inning is retired.
Future going to Central Missouri State, and we look forward to seeing him throw.
I've got one final question. I'm going to throw you a curveball. Tell us about his last name. I've heard it pronounced about 4 ways.
Yeah.
I like it. We're going with it.
Ground ball left side. Shortstop was pulled over, but he recovers.
I'll tell you.
Makes the play. Weston Boyle getting that started.
A funny story about pronunciations of names. There was a young.
But 2 quick outs from the southpaw, and now 3.
He reached back for a little extra on that one.
Indeed he did. Pat Mooney will be our guest when we come back. We've got a 1-1 ball game as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Game.
So everybody's fresh.
This is nubbed to the left side. Grego gets there, makes the play. And a nice stretch by O'Gorman. And we assume this is his last inning. This fly ball is lifted to center field, playable. Wallace backs up, makes his second catch of the game. And there's the second out.
No, just missed.
Not by much. So Holzier from the stretch. That's bunted to the left side. Holzier's got it. Spins, sets, fires, and gets his man at first base. So they tested him on the first pitch. Flowers tried to bunt his way aboard, but
some wild throws, a pass ball, a couple of mistakes by each team has allowed the other team to score.
Yanez on the first pitch he sees, pokes it the other way. He's on his way to second base, and he slides head first with a leadoff two-bagger. Jesus Yanez.
With a football. You see that more and more these days. A lot of guys will use that. It's kind of like a weighted ball.
This ball is pretty well tagged out to right field.
Yeah, their little sacrifice fly advances the runner. Yanez for Nebraska. So Grego does his job. Let's see what they decide to do. Watch right here. Grego gets an elevated pitch, knows what his job is, gets some air underneath it, drives it hard out to right field. Plenty of distance, far enough to where even Lynn Rollins.
The right fielder coming on.
That's going to be too shallow.
Flowers has it. They're going to test him. It's cut off wisely on the infield. And now the will bring it to him. Right now, the make it happen pitch at 2-2. Fly ball out to right field again. Flowers drifting over, makes the catch.
All 3 outs that inning.
So Flowers was tested 3 for Kansas. We play in the 5th. And ball 4. So a leadoff batter on. It's the second time Pladsen has reached.
Too much fall off towards first or third as opposed to driving themselves a little bit more towards the plate.
And there is a 5-pitch pass. It's the 3rd time Neal has walked. Back-to-back bases on balls open things for Kansas. Strike zone. That's lobbed out toward the shortstop position, and backing up and grabbing it is Grego. That swing surprised me a little bit, Ronnie, at 3-1.
Letting them hit him right in the padding.
Those are the things that will never show up in a box score or in a headline, but they can certainly make a difference in a game. But there is the 3-1 pitch. Grounded to the left side. There's an out at second base, but no chance to turn the double play. And Kansas, on a chopper to the left side by Huenfeld, gets an RBI fielder's choice and takes its first lead.
Boyle at the plate, a Purdue commitment.
Ground ball right side. It finds the hole. And a base hit and an RBI for Weston Boyle. And there's that insurance you were talking about. And the pitch. Off the mark. The bases are loaded for the second time in the inning. Year apart in age.
And then there's Ziola brothers on the Nebraska team.
A chop to the right side. Birchfield's got it. Makes the play at first base, and that ends the inning. But with only 1 base hit, Nebraska picked up its only run in the second inning. Ground ball right side. Pitcher's going to have to cover and can't get there in time. And that'll be a base. The lefty brings it on. A chop to the first baseman. There'll be only 1 play, and that's to first. 3 unassisted. Club getting the put out at first base. He did advance as a rising senior. And he's hit by a pitch. That was a breaking ball which did not bite. It stayed high and tight. Hawaii and Oklahoma next.
Good heads-up base running.
And the throw is late as Wallace was able to read that ball. And
base, if you see the guy in front of you go, you go.
Swing and a miss on a high and tight heater. O'Gorman strikes out, and that's a huge. So now the runner at first will have the advantage of leaving early. And that pitch just misses tight. The bases are loaded. Sebastian to the plate. And it gets by the catcher. Wallace will score easily. Ronnie, I'm not sure if maybe Pomeroy was expecting some kind of different pitch, but he just didn't read that one very well at all.
Yeah, not sure if they got crossed up. Let's see if we can tell. Now, I just think, you know, the ball had a lot of run on it. And you got to keep in mind, these players are from different high schools. They're not necessarily teammates. They may have never caught each other.
The Stinger High School Baseball National Championship. Game 1 of 4 today from Schwab Field. The pitch coming. Sebastian just misses. And the inning continues. And Novacek, French, and Yanez. The pitch. Tight. And we've got a tie ball game. 3 consecutive walks have tied this game at 3. But 2 here in this inning by Nebraska, and some more. A base hit to left field. 1 run scores. Here comes another one. And Nebraska has rallied for 4 in the inning. Birchfield comes through as he drives one through the left side.
Now Birchfield gets an elevated fastball up around the letters, and he just tomahawks it. Hard hit ball to left field, and with all those free passes, Nebraska able to bust through and take advantage of them.
So what was a 2-run advantage coming into the 6th inning is now a 2-run.
I don't love the look. I don't like how, but that's another good one. Sebastian, who all over the zone, but throws 3 really good pitches.
But a 4-run uprising.
When they play 7 innings, of course, high school baseball. Every team in the field will get a chance to play at least a couple of games here at Charles Schwab.
This ball is well hit out toward right center field, but Novacek got a good lead. And now it is Brady Gendra, who's pitched 1 complete inning of relief over the course of 2 innings. And a base runner is aboard for Pladsen. That ball off the chest of the first baseman.
So whether it be errors to get back in this thing.
This is popped up on the infield. The catcher, Gunther, is calling for it. Now he gives way to the pitcher, and Gendra makes the play.
Right in the right center field power alley, about 30 feet right of the 375 sign.
This is popped up left side. Shortstop Grego calling for it. Now gives way to the left fielder Pomeron, and the inning is over. There is the squirrel. It did not bring any luck. That's a base hit on the infield. Lincoln Boyle with a runner moving from first base. This is popped up on the infield. And calling for it is second baseman Neal for the out.
The land of Disney in Orlando.
And he hits a pretty well struck ball out into right center field. Both outfielders are converging on it. Pladsen calls off the right fielder and makes. Kansas took advantage of some early wildness from Nebraska pitchers, and then Kansas returned the favor an inning ago. The runner on the move, and he makes it easily. That's lobbed out towards center field. Coming on, the center fielder makes a diving effort and could not quite get it. It looked for a moment as though he was going to steal a base hit and a run away. Pladsen gave it everything he had, and for the moment, Ronnie, it looked like
It was a steal, a take, a hit and run, a bunt.
there goes the runner from first base on the 3-2 count. Or I beg your pardon. The run. Let's see if there's a play on this out in the right field corner. It crosses over into foul ground, and a nice catch made near the stands for the out. Gendra delivers, and that's popped up right side. O'Gorman is calling for it in foul ground. There's out number 1. That's hit on a couple of hops down to the shortstop. And the play at first base not in time. His first base hit. One much needed. Here's a ground ball to the shortstop. It rolls up the arm and on into center field. 2 aboard now. That ball was hit very hard. 2 outs, but 2 aboard. Club waiting with a hitter's count at 3-1. And there is ball 4, and now the tying run is at first base. Meaning, swings on the 2-1 pitch, chops it to the shortstop. There's an out at second base, and the throw to first is contained. It was late, and a good job by O'Gorman in plucking that bouncer. That would have been real trouble. Let's see if they try to shorten the odds. He's not moving. Check swing, a little looper. That finds room in left field. The inning continues. An excuse me swing, Max, by Max Flowers, and he drops it behind the shortstop in shallow left field, and we have a tight game. It's a Pladsen waits, swings and drives it hard up the middle. Backhanded play by the second baseman. Birchfield makes a heck of a play to get the final out. Over to Grego covering the bag. That was a very, very difficult hop on a ball smashed up the middle. So we are done. A long game with pressure throughout. 6-5 the final. Nebraska moves on in the winner's circle. We'll be back in a moment to wrap it up.